So you want a little a refresher, Haley?
Is
Yeah,
Anna back? Hello?
I was reading what Gabe wrote at the end, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he did put that in there. Cause what is it? Not last week. We didn't play last week, but the last time we played, we did. It was like we went to the bank. That was the real problem. The bank was our issue, and then no one was at the bank.
Gabe wrote
Currently in the palace with two.
Currently in the palace with the two court wizards and the queen, planning to head to the bank to check out why they may have opened a rift there.
I don't know why he said they sleep for themselves.
Yeah, because if you guys remember, you went to back to the palace, and you. Oh, there he is. Andrew's back.
Well, I am, but also not. I'm on my phone.
You guys, what happened?
My Wi-Fi fucking shut down again.
I hate Wi-Fi.
Oh my gosh, that sound.
So basically, you guys went back to the palace. You searched the Duncan, the court wizard's study. You found a map, and you also went to the town square. The queen gave a little speech thing, and then you went back to the palace. You guys were she was interviewing, you were just kind of there. New court wizards, you guys gave them the gem. You went to the bank because somebody said another rift had opened. It was one of the guards or someone who worked for the palace.
Messenger boy.
You ended up fighting these shadow creatures, and then you went back to the palace. Found out that the gems are called Omlar gems. You found out where they are mined. You also found out that they're extremely rare and incredibly powerful, or can be powerful. And then I'm pretty sure you guys were deliberating on going back to the bank whenever we stopped. Correct me if I'm wrong.
TBH, who knows, but I'll roll with it.
I think we were talking about going back to the bank because we were talking about looking for any other signs since we thought it might have been a distraction. We were wondering why the hell people were in. There might have been something at the bank that they wanted or something. We wanted to go poke around a little.
Okay, you are so loud.
I got a new phone. And my phone's like, fuck.
Holy shit, dude. He's in fucking... Yeah, I need a medic.
Okay, well, hopefully you can resolve your dumb Wi-Fi issue, Andrew. So Patrick won't be joining us. Yeah.
Oh, poor Patrick. Will Patrick ever join us again, or is...
Just not today.
We're killing him off.
He's dead. I killed him.
Yeah, that's it.
I wouldn't put it past you, Chris. So
really, unless... So, okay, I guess we'll get to this since Patrick's not going to be here this week. Basically, if there's only one person who can't make it, I'm going to say we still play. That's pretty common when in Dungeons & Dragons. If one person's going to miss, you still play without them, especially when we have 6 people, so... Yeah, having one person on is not going to really affect much. The way I'm going to do it is we're just going to pretend like we're not going to roleplay for Patrick because I don't want to make any kind of story decisions for him. But we're just going to pretend like he's there, but being really quiet today. I don't know. It's hard to like make it make sense in the game, but I don't want to play Patrick's character.
Insert exposition that makes sense.
I feel like
exposition that makes sense.
Yeah, he's just gonna be there but not be there. We're gonna play as if he's not there, but then when he comes back, we're gonna act as if he's been there the whole time. If that makes sense.
Don't worry, Chris.
Or maybe,
We'll just insert exposition that makes sense here, and then he's with us.
yeah, or
Exactly.
maybe he'll come up with his own excuse of why he wasn't there. I don't know.
Maybe he was just having like a really deep depression day about the death of his dad, and he decided to stay at home.
I mean, whatever you guys want it to be. It doesn't really matter. But okay, so yeah, he took a personal day. All right, so it's you guys.
Haley, what is CP?
I think she means the computer, like she means an AI.
Like in a video game?
Oh, I was like,
Are you sure it's not carpool?
like that? Great.
Snack
Ooh,
attack.
Andrew, what are you eating? Or is that
I
Adrian?
think that's Adrian.
What?
It was Chris.
It was Chris eating. It wasn't me.
You're eating gummy worms? Oh, those are the good flavors. Oh, Andrew's back.
Oh,
With goldfish.
goldfish!
Is that the Costco size bag?
The classic. Don't say it too loudly, just will come running.
Dude, I love it.
Your dog.
I miss it. I miss those goldfish that I used to eat every time I came over to y'all's place.
Jesse misses them too.
That's great.
Oh.
Okay, we're hella off topic. DM, please help.
Alright, we're going to the bank.
To the bank.
I just need to go to the bank.
I gave you guys the exposition, and that's on you guys.
Oh shit.
We're going to the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should go to the bank.
I definitely think we should investigate around the bank some more to figure out like why there's even a rift that opened up there. So
Sir,
we do.
Okay, so you guys are going to the bank.
So we do that.
Alright, bank with us. Are we at the bank now?
Insert exposition. That makes sense.
Exactly. So I guess you guys had checked back in at the palace, and then decided you were gonna go all the way back to the bank. On the way back, you guys
We checked in and we tried our hardest to get the fucking court wizard to come with us as part of their job interview, but they didn't want to come.
That interview. Audio, make it stop.
I can't hear anything.
Make it stop. It's like we're in a jet engine. We're in a wind tunnel. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
God, good.
It was not part of the job description, so no. Anyway, so you guys make it back to the bank. So you guys make it back. Sorry if you hear me chewing. Make it back to the bank, and you get there, and you see that the door is still frozen over. Because if you remember, Andrew hit it with a frost ray of frost or whatever, and froze the door shut.
Buffoon.
Oh, that's right. So we have to figure out a way.
Heat spell melts and things like that.
It's not really heat.
Try.
It's radiant light.
Doesn't it melt it?
Let's see. Hold on. All right. Well, I have the cantrip Firebolt.
Hey,
So
Okay.
if everyone wants to step back for a second, we can give this a shot.
surely we'll take a step
Alright.
back.
I feel that.
And
I'm down.
And I cast Firebolt at the door.
So the door's not moving. So I guess you still need to roll to hit.
Okay.
But I'll just say it's going to be easy to hit.
The door makes a dex saving.
The door does make a dex save. Oh, you wrecked that door.
Okay, you hit the door. Roll damage.
Thank you.
Ooh, I really
Oh,
killed
wow.
the door.
Okay, so were you aiming for any particular part of the door specifically?
So I was just aiming, more towards like center mass.
Okay, so you blast. So it's a firebolt cantrip. You've cast a spell a dozen times, probably more than a dozen times, and it's not a huge spout of flame. But today you were extremely excited to use it, and it was like twice as big as normal. So you like it kind of like a stream of fire like hits the door and like fans out and melts the whole thing. In fact, you kind of see like the door frame starting to like smoke and singe, like it might start catching fire, but you control the flame enough to stop before anything catches on fire, and all of the ice melts off the door.
Nice. Perfect.
But
So
the
I want to
door's
go
not
up.
shut.
If you burned it all away.
Yeah, the door's still shut, right? It just like melted the ice off
Yeah,
the door.
it's so fun. You just melted the ice off the door.
We're talking about an icebreaker. It's not what my character says.
So I'm gonna walk up and try to open the door.
Okay, roll a d4.
Wouldn't it
See if
be
he
cold
stubbed
and hot?
He wants to see if he stubbed his toe. Stub toe check.
You take 2 points of damage, Gabe, because that doorknob is scalding hot.
Tell me that.
You buffoon.
You didn't listen to me.
We wait 5 minutes and then open the door.
Or like use a cloth or something.
I'm like, hey guys, this doorknob's hot.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
start.
I feel like my hand is better.
You use
Yeah,
our
it's
head
got
to
like
make our
the-
door turning.
It's like it's got like the door like knob into it, like whatever's on it.
Okay, we'll say some time has sufficiently passed where the door is not quite as hot anymore.
Tight. So I take my left hand and I like take my like
You're
shirt
not very-
and I'm like, and I try to turn the door.
The door is locked.
Yeah, figures out the case.
It's a bank.
The door's not hot anymore. Or it's locked.
Does the bank
Yeah.
have its hours posted, Chris?
If you remember, the queen had decreed that the whole day everyone take off for mourning. So you know that the bank will be back up tomorrow, but if you want to wait that long.
Well, did the queen give us like a assignment?
No, you guys just kind of left.
Oh, yeah. Well, because I mean, I know the other thing that had been mentioned was like there was like a dungeon off somewhere where those powerful stones were found, right?
Yeah, the
And
map,
that was-
right? You Duncan.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
map from Duncan. So that was our other possibility. I mean, what do you guys think? Should we stick around for the day, or do we want to?
No, I don't
I mean,
think
when
there's a
we,
point.
Chris, is this like a place where we see like it's a bank downstairs, people live upstairs, or is this like a really big bank where people just come to work?
It's okay, so there's it, and Adri, Demaya,
Uh-huh.
you guys live here. You guys know that who owns the bank, or you probably don't know who owns the bank, but you know some of the people who work at the bank.
Okay.
And you've never been to the bank. You might even have your money in this bank, or your family does. But it's a business. If nobody lives there.
Okay.
All right. So it's gonna be a waste of time to stand around all day and wait for it to
Just
open.
sushi.
Let's follow our
You
other
could-
trail.
You could attempt to break down the door.
I'm not
Oh,
trying
that
to.
sounds like a way to get arrested very quickly.
Yeah, no thanks.
I mean, you're buddy with the queen.
Ask forgiveness, not permission.
I'm down for that.
I mean, you
like
guys do
that.
what you want.
I don't really have anything.
I'm
near
not
me.
good at getting into locked doors.
What is that?
Besides, like,
Wait,
That's
oh,
lockpicking, right? Is
did
that a
they
skill?
live? Wait,
What, Haley? What'd
you
you
said
say?
they live. Where do they live?
Oh no. So they had asked if it was a situation where it was like a bank downstairs and like a living quarters upstairs, but it's not. Nobody lives at the bank. It's just a place of business.
Okay, never mind.
Is lockpicking its own skill, or is that sleight of hand, Chris? I don't remember.
Lockpicking its own skill if you have a set of thieves' tools. If you don't, then it's you can't. I don't
Okay.
think you can. Can you lockpick without thieves' tools, Gabe?
I don't remember.
yeah,
I
I
don't think you
think.
can.
I think you can with
I
disadvantage.
think thieves tools gives you your Gabe. I think without thieves tools, you don't have your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
I mean, I'm willing to like if you have a good improvisation for a tool that you could use to lockpick. I'm totally down to let you try. It would be a sleight of hand check.
I mean, I will say, isn't this midday? Wouldn't it be a little strange for us to be standing around a bank door trying to pick the lock midday?
Yeah, but nobody's here because everybody's at home.
I mean,
Would this be a situation where I would use it? Well, no, probably not. We've already done, the first time we came, we did perception checks and stuff, right? Nothing was like out of the ordinary.
Right.
Right. I mean, you can do a perception check again.
I think my character at this point would probably leave it be. Come back when it's open
yeah,
again.
Versailles does not necessarily care. He wouldn't. I don't think he'd break into something. But if Adrian wanted to do it, I wouldn't stop her.
No.
Yeah.
I'm
kinda
good.
on board with that.
I'm good. I think we might as well go back and follow our lead about the dungeon instead.
Yeah. We can see if the queen has anything that she specifically wants us to do.
Correct.
Yeah. So we just walk to this bank to walk back.
We're getting some exercise.
Yeah.
Getting our
And it's a palace town.
Dazzle's slightly frustrated by the
Our eyes are so strong after that walk.
Calves are
Do you want
killer.
to break the door down or lockpick the door?
No, I don't want to do
Well, I
that.
don't think I can break the door down because I don't. What would that be?
Strength.
It'd be strength.
Just give it one punch, you know? It doesn't hurt to try.
I end up hurting myself. That's fine. Let's go back.
All right.
I know, Chris, is it harder to deal for people who aren't going to murder Hobo this bank?
If you guys murder Hobo, I will make you guys outlaws and criminals, and then it won't be fun because you can go to any town ever.
Time to go back.
I will never murder Hobo.
Who posted One Punch Man?
I
Who do
did.
you think? The weeb.
The weeb among us.
I couldn't get that show. I watched like 7 or 8 episodes.
I didn't like it, if I'm being honest.
Right. No, but I did watch all 500 episodes of Naruto.
Oh, that.
I'm not a huge fan of that show either. There's a lot better ones.
Naruto's great. That's why it's so popular.
I think if I was a middle school
can't
boy,
think of
I would
it.
have liked
Really,
it.
like, obscure anime.
Oh, no. Definitely not obscure. I like some mainstream shit. Anyway,
Yeah,
we're
you
off
guys
topic.
might never heard of it. You know, Boku My Hero? No one's ever heard of that
Shut the hell up. Actually, it's Boku no Hero Academia. Thank you very much.
Off topic.
Off topic. What does the queen have for us?
Okay, so you guys are headed back to the palace?
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
We're trying to show the queen that we're willing to put in the extra effort, even if it doesn't get results.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We're an athletic
What
bunch.
do you guys do when you get back to the palace?
Ask for...
I mean, I'd probably be wanting to check in with the queen and see if she had like a specific assignment she wanted to focus on, and if not,
I'm getting the feeling she's
So
useless.
before the whole bank thing happened, you guys were already talking about going to that.
oh, we talked about that with the queen. I thought we hadn't mentioned that.
Yeah.
Queen yet.
That's
Okay.
what you guys were doing before the bank thing.
Okay.
I forgot, honestly, but I'm
but-
down.
So she
how
had
about
said
we-
that because she had asked you to go tomorrow.
Okay.
She said to
Okay.
travel because you'll have to pass through Saradouche is how I'm going to pronounce this town's name. And that's actually where Lexi's character is from. Mary Jane is from Saradouche. Yeah. Your family actually, or your father, your deceased father was the Duke of Saradouche. I like calling it Saradouche because douche.
He was the Duke of Saradouche.
He was the Duke of Saradouche. So you have 2 brothers, and your mother still lived there. But anyway, you would have to go through Saradouche. I guess you could technically go around if you wanted to, but to get to the mountains, and the mountains are called. Hold on, give me a second. Bum, bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Hey, Chris.
What?
I mean, I think
The Amlarinden Mountains.
I would say that I think Verzik would mention to the group that like if we are just going to take off, I guess so we're traveling tomorrow, so we'd still have time to potentially go to the bank in the morning and then leave.
I think the idea is that you would leave first thing in the morning.
Okay. I mean, then in that.
But I mean, I'm not going to make that decision for you, but I think that's what would be expected.
I mean, I understand that. I guess in that case, I'd probably want to go tell the queen something along the lines of like, I don't think it like tell her that this attack on near the bank probably wasn't an accident. So if you could increase guards like in and around the bank, it might be worthwhile while we're gone.
Might be worth investigating if anything was stolen.
Yeah.
Yeah. She could set her new court wizard to investigate it, even if it's not in the thing's damn job description.
Okay. So you tell her that?
Yeah, include damn.
In my gruffest voice in the least amount of words possible.
Okay. Yeah. Did you see my cat?
Oh my gosh.
He's watching the screen.
Well,
He's
you
a
don't get
mess.
it.
He's a mess. He's a freaking demon.
I see the tail thing.
If he'll jump from the bed right there onto my shoulder and like dig his claws in so he tries to like climb up me while I'm working, and I'm just like, ugh.
You're like in a meeting doing a presentation.
Yes. Well, no, I don't give presentations, but I'll be like in a meeting,
Here's our
and
cat.
he like, oh, what a cute cat.
I think I decided I'm gonna go get someone to get a dog, but it's cool.
There's another child of
Oh, so
mine.
you are gonna get a dog, Haley?
I think so.
I thought you couldn't have a dog.
What?
Or are you just gonna?
No, I can't.
I thought
But
you're just gonna do it anyway.
yes.
I will be back in 10 seconds.
Okay. Fair. I didn't pay for him. The apartment doesn't know I have the cat.
I'm over it. And the worst they can do is kick me out, and I really don't think that's about to happen. So
Right. Mhm. Tell him.
oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Okay, how are you having it?
He's so big. Like he's so much bigger.
Yes, how
He
are you
terrorizes
having
her. He terrorizes her.
How does she feel? Like, does she really not like him? How does she
She
react?
growled at him today. Well, because he tries to like bite her tail and her paws and her ears and stuff. Because that's what he does all day long. He tries to play, and his playing is like biting, and it hurts. And scratching. And she gets fed up with it after 2 seconds, and she'll get up and go lie somewhere else, and then he'll go and chase her, then she'll get up and go lie somewhere else. And then today she growled at him because he bit her ear or her nose or something. But if he's sleeping, like sometimes he'll come up to her and just immediately go to sleep, and she's fine with that. So he'll just lie there sleeping right next to her. I don't want to play right now. Right. Okay, you're back?
He's back.
Okay.
All right, so
Were you guys asking me something? Okay, so basically the queen's we'll just skip the dialogue for right now, and we'll just say, so the queen had asked you just leave in the morning. It'll take 3 days to get there by horse, a week by foot. Don't ask me if that's accurate. I'm just going to say.
So are we given horses, or is that what we're doing?
If you want to be given horses, they wouldn't be yours. It'd just be the queen's horses that you can take if you want. And then basically, if you need to purchase anything in town before you leave, you probably have time to go to a shop or two in the morning before you leave, and then head out.
Would we? I mean, so you said that we basically have the option of traveling 7 days, the option of traveling 3 days, right?
yeah.
If you take the horses, you would drop them off in Saradouche.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Let's take the horse.
I figure you would.
Sure,
but
yes,
you don't-
yes, sir.
you don't- What? What'd you say?
What'd you say?
Don't worry about it.
Is that a feaster?
I said truck, yeah, sister.
Oh god.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, brother.
That hurt like a butt on a stick.
I don't know that line in a while.
Love Vine.
Adrian just
All right, so if there's anything else you guys would like to do today, feel free. I mean, nothing's gonna be open, but you can do stuff in the palace, or if you guys want to just tell me what you do for the rest of the day.
Is the place with the entrance exam is in the palace, right? I thought see if that was open.
No, nothing in the palace is really going to be open either. Like as far as like anything that would be related to like the business side of it, everything would be closed.
I'd probably just try
The only thing.
fun people with card tricks. Then I'd just be trying to show everybody some sweet card tricks.
Okay.
So do you want us to tell? Do you want each of us to tell you what we would do with our time in the palace before we go to bed?
Yeah, I like hearing what you guys would be doing in your downtime.
Okay.
You can consider this downtime. So I'm gonna prompt you. So Demaya, what are you doing next?
So at this point, what time is it? That would be helpful.
Let's see. So you guys went back and forth to the bank twice, and I would say it's early afternoon.
Okay. So I'm gonna say at this point, I'm probably a little hungry after all that good exercise we got in. I think I would head down to the kitchen and see what the cooks are doing, see if there's any cute ladies hanging out, and see if I could maybe schmooze them into giving me some snacks, maybe some fruit or some goodies, and I'd hang out in there for a little bit and chat them up and eat. And then I think I would head on over to wherever we were.
Okay, so
yeah.
You get down to the kitchens,
Ooh.
and there's only one person working right now.
Okay.
Everybody else has the day off. But there's just one person kind of bare bonesing it for today, considering most people have the day off other than like the guards and like the different like viziers. And it's like a middle-aged dwarven woman.
Beautiful.
So when you get down there, what do you ask her? What do you say to her?
I'm probably gonna schmooze her a little bit and ask her how her day has been. If she needs any help.
Well, I'm the only one here, aren't I? So what do you think?
I'm gonna ask her if she would like any assistance, if there's anything I could do to help her out and make her day a little better.
Oh, and you know how to cook?
Yeah. I've cooked for myself.
What can you cook?
Oh man, who knows? Whatever she wants from me. Tell me to cook it and I can do it.
Can you braise that duck?
Ooh, yes.
Okay, so you're gonna help. Her name's Claudette.
Oh, I love her.
So you're gonna help Claudette in the kitchen.
Yeah, I am. In the hopes of getting a little snack out of all this.
Okay, you probably could have gotten a snack if you asked, but I'm liking this. So I guess you spent some time down in the kitchens with Claudette. She tells you about. At first she seems very reserved and kind of brash, but after a little bit of time, she starts opening up. She tells you about her husband and her 7 kids.
Oh, nice.
And the reason why she took this job at the palace is because her husband had some pay cuts at the factory, and they needed a little extra cash because they're trying to send Tommy to school, which is their 5th son. So yeah.
Okay.
What is the medieval factory? I need to know for the
Oh yeah, what do they make in factories?
It's the horseshoe factory.
Oh, horseshoes.
That's where he works. There's probably other factories.
Okay.
Think of it as like not like a factory nowadays, but probably like a very manual process of a factory. So like they've invented assembly lines, but it's all people.
So like
It's not machine.
So like the blacksmith factory or like the archery factory.
No. There's still blacksmiths and whatnot, but think of it like more common items, like a horseshoe. Like everybody has a horse. It's just like everybody has a car. So horseshoes are way more needed. So they've got a better process for producing a bunch of lower quality horseshoes.
Yeah, they have 8 guys in a circle. Everybody swings their hammer in rhythm. Boom, boom, bang, horseshoe.
Sure.
Boom, boom, bang, horseshoe.
All right, Moa. What are you doing?
So, I honestly think I would try. Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, Jemai, at one point in the day, Verzik's gonna come down to the kitchens and annoy Claudette with some card tricks.
Ooh, okay.
I would probably find a tavern pretty close to the palace. Go buy myself like one last hot, nice meal and like some ale, and try to enjoy that before. Oh, go ahead.
You get to the tavern and it's closed.
Oh, they're all closed. This is lame.
Now, if you went, I guess to work your way around it, essential businesses probably would be open, like inns, and a lot of inns.
Ooh, okay. I like this plan. Oh no, Chris froze on my screen.
He also froze for me.
Uh-oh.
You know what we should do is we should make a quotes text channel where we can just put everybody's really stupid quotes that they say.
I like that. I just want to quote people the whole time.
It's always fun to look back because like you'll put like, you know, just like some stupid shit Gabe said, and then like the time.
I went back and looked at a couple of them.
Yeah, Chris will have to make
Like,
one. He's the owner.
When we said sexual beasts, like what? It was funny.
But don't forget, I'm recording. I'll be able to clip them later when we're all done with this. Go back through and find our best
Once
moments.
Chris is back, I think Chris's Wi-Fi might have suddenly just. Who told Suddenlink what day we play D&D? This is fucked up.
Suddenly
Yeah,
decided that every Wednesday it's going to go down.
Or, hear me out, Chris is doing the most impressive impression.
He's doing the mannequin challenge, though on my screen he's like completely off. Like he's not even there.
No, he's still there on my screen.
How do you add a text channel? Isn't that a thing?
You have to be the
but
owner.
Chris hasn't given any permissions.
Yeah, he's got full reign of everything.
Wait, what?
You can add another text channel, Haley. That's what Piper's talking about. We make a channel that's separate from this general one, and that's where we put quotes.
Got it.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hey, he's back.
I'm on my phone.
This is a familiar territory for me.
Well,
You don't sound like you're in an air tunnel.
my phone's using
You sound like you're in a hailstorm.
Yeah, I don't know,
I
Chris.
got a new phone.
You sound okay though.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Yeah.
My computer's still logged in. It keeps connecting and disconnecting. I'm just
Hey,
gonna
Chris, we decided we need a quotes channel. If you could create a second text channel for us.
I could hear you guys. Well, you guys just couldn't hear me.
Oh yeah, you were like super frozen.
Hella frozen.
And then okay, I'm just gonna reload it and hopefully I can get back on my computer. It's gonna be really inconvenient for me to put my phone.
Okay.
Okay.
But until then, I'll continue to be on my phone. Just know that I can't see the chat.
That's fine.
Oh.
We just post horse shit in the chat anyway.
Yeah, honestly.
Alright, so
But I'll distract you anyway.
finish what you were saying.
Moash.
Yeah, so I think you were telling me that inns are still open, so I would like to find the nearest inn to the palace and go there looking for a hot meal and maybe some ale if they have it.
So you probably could just go to like the inn that you were staying at, basically all month.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that
I do that.
would probably be like the first place you'd think to go.
Yeah, true.
So if you wanted to go there, that's probably a good
Yeah.
place to start. And you kind of know. So since you were staying there for like a month, you know the bartenders there now. I say bartenders. It's probably just the owners.
Perfect.
And it was that nicer inn, so it might be a little more expensive there.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I can
handle it.
I can tip.
You can just get paid.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, so you go there.
Sweet. I want to walk up. Is it like, so when I walk in, is it like a common room where there's like benches and tables, and
So
is there like a bar?
think of it like kind of more like hotel style, where like you walk in and there's kind of like a little kind of front desk kind of area. But like think of it as like all wooden, like old timey, and you like that's kind of like where you enter. That's where you will like go get a room key if you were gonna stay, and then off to the left,
Okay.
like not in that main foyer, but like off to the left in the kind of separate area, there's like a bar. I guess it'd still be a tavern. I guess you could call it like a tavern and inn combo.
Right. Kind of like like hotels that have like a restaurant bar.
Exactly. It's kind of it's
Okay.
more of like a hotel bar.
Okay.
There's no. Okay. I'm sure they sell food too, but
Yeah. So I want to walk up to the bar, order a dark ale and whatever food they can make fairly quickly, like some nachos. Fancy nachos. And yeah.
Is this gonna be your quest for Tex-Mex game? You're gonna solve the puzzle on nachos.
I'd like a zesty.
So the
Yeah, men stand in a circle and they hit a hammer a lot of times and boom, boom, bang, nachos.
so you're gonna have. So do you sit at the bar or do you find a table?
No, I'm sitting at the bar.
Okay, so at the bar then, I guess there's like a red-headed elf at the bar, male elf at the bar. On the side you're on, there's two people behind the bar, kind of like the bartender and the bar back. You guess you could say that the
Right.
bar back is gonna probably take your order.
So like a total milk.
Sure. And he hands you a menu, and it's got 5 things on it, basically.
Dang.
So you've got salted salmon and artichoke, boiled pork and oat biscuits, millet porridge, rye bread and whey cheese, or millet biscuits and bitter cheese. And then you can either get a mug of mead or a tankard of cider.
So I'm gonna do a mug of mead and the rye bread with whey cheese.
All right, so that's going to be 4 copper pieces,
Perfect.
which I'll let you manage on your own.
Yep, do it now.
Where do we see that again?
Okay.
If you go to your character, Haley, and if you go to equipment, and then in the top corner it says currency, and then if you click on it, you can actually like manipulate your currency. So I'm just gonna trust you guys to, when I tell you get money or you spend money, to just do it yourselves, because I'm not gonna do it. All right, Gabe. So yeah, you've got about 5 minutes. It's just bread and cheese, so like less than 5 minutes. He brings you out the bread and cheese, and then the mug of meat,
Perfect.
which isn't technically a hot meal, but you ordered it.
That's
so.
fine. Plus,
There was hot meals
it's
on
a
the
meal
menu.
that it's a meal that I didn't have to make, and it's not like, I don't know, like hardtack or something, and dried fruit.
Right. Again, you probably could have gone down to the kitchens and asked for food, but I like this better.
Yeah, I feel like this is what my character would want to do.
Okay. Lexi, what is your character up to?
She just went to the bathroom. real quick.
Oh, okay.
She should be back.
Dazzle, what is your character up to?
I thought I was gonna go one direction with this, but I think I'm gonna do something else.
Sorry, my cat was eating a piece of paper. Go ahead.
Well, originally I was gonna do something, but I've changed my mind.
That's fine.
So have I been staying at the same place that Gabe has, or Moab,
No.
or a different
You were
place?
staying at a different inn. You were staying at the Cursed Hammer Inn. And Gabe was staying at the Horse and Goose Inn.
Horse and Goose.
Horse and goose.
Horse,
Okay.
horse and Goose Inn.
Well, yes, I also have food on my mind, and a beverage did sound good. However, I didn't really want to go back to my hotel,
Hey, guys, I'm back.
and the kitchen didn't really look. I didn't figure there'd be anybody in there, so I didn't want to go down there.
Okay.
And I kind of wanted to get away from everyone before I had to be stuck with them indefinitely.
Fair.
So, I don't know what my other option would be. There's a garden in the back somewhere.
Yes.
Is there not? So I walked back to the garden
Okay.
where there's all fresh fruit and vegetables, and I'm cool with
Well,
that.
it's more of a, like, floral garden. It's not like a vegetable garden.
There's no vegetable garden nearby?
No, but we'll say that there's probably some fruit-bearing trees in the garden. So maybe a peach tree or an apple tree.
Alright, well that's not very filling, but I go ahead and go to the garden.
Okay. You can gnaw on
Okay.
some roots.
Yum. So I picked some apples and I picked some peaches,
Okay.
and do I have some kind of like knapsack or no?
You have a pack. Like, you have a backpack.
Okay, so I put a couple of those in my backpack.
Okay. Add it to your inventory.
I could do that?
Yeah, so go to manage equipment and then type in, like, apple.
Inventory.
No, I guess
Apple.
there's no apple.
Apple.
Oh, it's not going to be there. I just tried.
Fruit, maybe.
You can make it up. Just remember that you have them. I mean, it's not. I'm not going to really manage what you guys are eating, but
Oh,
if
yeah.
you guys want to, if you guys want to
No.
do that, then and that is what you want to do.
I'm not really managing it. It was just kind of for the sake of the story.
Okay. So yeah, you pick some. You relax outside with nature. It's a pretty day.
Yeah.
It's
I
springtime.
wanted some fresh fruit from the trees. I scoped them out earlier.
Yeah, it's that time of spring where, because a lot of fruit bearing trees don't like they ripen. And I think if I remember, like they usually ripen in the summer. Is that right, Haley? I don't know. I'm pretty sure they do.
What?
Like fruit bearing trees, don't they? Most of them ripen
Yeah.
in the summer.
They do.
So it's like late spring. So it's like those first few are like getting to the point where they're ripe and you can start picking them. So you pick out those ones that are like just getting ripe. And so you could probably pick some unripened ones that will maybe mature a little bit in your bag. I don't know.
Okay.
And you
I
relax.
can do that.
It's like 75 degrees outside, sunny with a few clouds. So it's a very pretty day.
Watch the birds. Just be one with nature while I can.
All right. Mary Jane, what are you going to be doing during your downtime for this afternoon / evening?
I would say that I'm probably gonna go back to my room and enjoy some of the herb in my bag. And then after that, I would probably be a little hungry. So I might wander down to the kitchen where Maya is.
You walk down and you see like Demaya down there like basting a turkey
I'm going ham.
or a duck, not a turkey.
Yeah, it is a
And
ham.
I don't know. Do you
duck.
say something or do you just kind of like just not even
I
ask?
think I would probably ask her how long till it would be ready.
All right, you guys role play that.
Oh shit. It's probably not gonna go well. You said you're gonna ask me when's it gonna be ready?
When's the deck gonna be ready?
He'll be ready as soon as you get your hands on deck and help.
I find that hilarious because, like, even before all this, Mary Jane was like nobility.
Yeah,
So
I
she
know.
would never have
I
done
figured this
it.
wasn't gonna go well.
I'm gonna ask, who's the person with Avery?
Claudette.
I'm gonna ask Claudette if there's any other snacks. Are there any other snacks available?
She'll say, there are some leftover roasted pig from yesterday, and she can she'll show you, like, she's got like wrapped this like half-eaten like roasted pig from the previous night's dinner. You could probably pick at that if you want. The duck will be ready for dinner. It's like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. The duck will probably be ready by 8.
We're having a good time down here.
I'm definitely gonna say that I'm probably gonna like pick at the pig that she gave me, and then still be hungry for dinner.
Okay. And it's got some, like, not your kind of herb, but like cooking herbs with it too, and probably some vegetables thrown in there too. So it's not just meat. Robin, stop.
Are we eating dinner at the castle all together? Or the palace?
It doesn't look so.
Nope. I'm definitely eating at the end.
Okay. I mean, you guys can do what you want. All right. So you guys all just kind of explain what you wanted to do. If there's nothing else that you guys specifically want to do,
Chris.
I mean, I can make this. You can kind of explore the palace if you want.
Wait, I want Verzek to come down and try to do magic tricks if that's what he wants.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna try and do magic, but I do think also like Verzek would be he'd be wanting not to waste his like last chance to be there with like all this like potential magic knowledge, so he probably would be trying to like maybe go back and try and seek out the new court wizard people and try and talk to them and pick their brains on magical doings and whatnot.
Okay.
Or in like a very awkward standoffish way.
Roll. Where do you go looking for them?
Let's see. I feel like one of the guy would probably be trying to be in the dungeons somewhere, some of the lower floors. I'd probably scour, kind of wander around, see if I heard anything funny or saw anything weird or like magical. So I have no idea what it would be. Probably like I might check the dungeon first though.
Roll a d20 for me.
Perfect.
Hey.
Six.
Very good.
So you can't find the dungeons.
Perfect. I accept that.
And it seems like you wouldn't really be the type to think to ask somebody where something was. You're just like looking around yourself. So you actually, you kind of probably subconsciously end up wandering back towards Duncan's study where you guys were earlier that day. And then you actually go a little bit further down the corridor, or you kind of take an L turn, and you get to another room that's near the study. You open it, and you find it to be a bedroom.
Is there anybody in the bedroom?
Nobody's in the bedroom.
Or do I? Okay, if there's no one in, I'd probably just walk in. I mean, actually, I feel like Verzek would be fine. Like, honestly, if Duncan's room has still got all of his stuff, I would probably just go back to Duncan's room and see if any of those books there interested me.
Back to the study or to his room?
So Duncan, wherever we investigated, he had that giant bookshelf, and
yeah. So you were in the study and you left.
Yeah,
You didn't see anything of note there. All the books are either in a language you don't speak, or
there was the Magic for Dummies. Yeah.
Magic for Dummies, which is literally how you started magic. That was the first book you bought. Or it's a language you don't understand, or piece of magic that you like, and then you left that setting, you went into this room,
Perfect.
or you open the door and you see like a 4-poster bed, an armoire, a nightstand. Do you want to explore the room, or do you just want to leave?
I think I'd check out the armoire and the nightstand, just kind of like see if there's any nighttime readings, see what we're investigating.
Okay, so go ahead and roll an investigation check.
An infestation check. Oh shit.
Yeah, swarm of bats. Just flies out of the armoire.
$11.
11. Okay. So you see, like I said, in the room, you see an armoire. On the nightstand, you see another photo, and this one just has Duncan and the gnome man from before.
Okay.
And
That's something else we talked about.
There's really nothing else of note in the room. It's really just a bed, an armoire, a nightstand, and a rug, like on the floor. You can investigate something further if you want, or I think you said you wanted to look into his armoire, or
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think what I'm looking for is I'm trying to look for a book or maybe something to try and up my magical game. And I figure like an advanced wizard like Duncan might have something where I can scrounge up some. I'm super interested in illusion magic. So like if anything's illusion, that's like what I'm looking for.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me, and then I'll just use it for the rest of the room. I should have done it investigation instead of
You mean perception?
Anyway.
So you want me to
roll
perception?
investigation. No,
So
I wanted you to use them. Oh, I thought you rolled perception. I'm sorry.
No, I rolled investigation.
So if you pick up the photo and look on the back, you see a little note in neat handwriting that says Duncan and Henry, Greengrass Festival. And then
Is that like is that fantasy bluegrass?
No, it's an actual festival in Faerun.
I thought it was like music, fantasy bluegrass music.
I mean, we can make it whatever we want. Sure, it's fantasy bluegrass. It's greengrass. They play greengrass music,
Living in Kentucky, I appreciate that.
Which greengrass is really just music by gnomes, but all right.
And also the herb that Mary Jane smokes, the green grass.
Actually, no, that's explicitly forbidden.
Sorry.
Did you open the armoire and look in it, or were you not going to look in his?
I honestly, I'd probably just go ham. I'd look everywhere if I've got time and nobody else.
If you open up the armoire, you see like pieces of clothing and stuff, and then you open a drawer that's part of it, and in the drawer is like socks and underwear. And I guess you're a creep, and you like sifted through that, and you find a key. You find a key, and it's like a little key, about less than 2 inches, and it has L38 on it.
L38. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd probably pocket that real quick.
Okay.
Just because, I mean, Duncan's dead. He's not going to need this.
Fair. It's not like they're going to pack the stuff up and send it to his sister or anything.
Well, that was something that I kind of forgot about, was we were going to potentially talk to the sister about the dwarf man. Or not the dwarf, the gnome. I mean, I could say that that's something I would do tomorrow that we talked about. We can do like one thing before we set off.
Well, I don't know. I think you should think that the bookshop probably would have later opening hours than like a store, if that makes sense.
So I can
like it will not
I'll keep that
open
for later.
till like 9. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Does anybody else want to do something? Or are you guys ready to start the next day?
I think I'm good. I just cooked with my homie. I got to eat some dinner with her. Made a friend.
Yeah. Oh, I'll get back. Okay, so Maya,
Shit.
you were gonna get to eat anyway, but I think knowing that you helped cook, and it's honestly, this is probably one of the best meals that you've even had in a while, because you're probably not the type to like go all out on a meal. You know what I mean?
Sure am not.
Like, maybe you are. You tell me.
No, definitely not.
So it was like a braised duck with, and the fact that you helped make it yourself made it taste even that much better. And you started forming a bond with Claudette, and she really likes you.
Hell yeah.
So yeah. She afterwards she snuck you some pudding. That wasn't off anybody else.
Pudding.
She had really liked that you helped her for really no reason. So.
Pudding.
Pudding, yeah. And you get +6 experience, but I'm kidding.
Oh, hell yeah. Inspiration?
No inspiration. But Claudate, as Andrew calls it.
Claudate.
All right, if nobody else wants to do anything, we'll just kind of roll over to the next day. You guys can take a long rest.
Long rest. I don't know. Do we even need it? Do we do
My
anything?
favorite part.
You recover your HPs and your spell slots and all that jazz. And so the next morning, you guys will get ready. You guys can go, if you want to go to like a shop or something like that, then you have like time to do one, like either like a general shop or like a blacksmith, like an armory kind of blacksmith, if you want. You don't have to by any means, but after that, the horses will be ready for you guys to go.
I think I would like
and
to start by
your
a
journey
store
and stuff.
before we leave. For sure, I think I want to stop because I don't think some of us don't have anything, or like we have basics, but I'd want to check it out and see what's available.
I mean, you all are gonna have like your starting equipment, but
yeah.
if you wanted to look at something else, then
Why not look? Why not? Why not do some window
Is
shopping?
there like a weapon shop?
So basically, you're gonna have the option of either going to a weapon/armor shop, or you can go to the general shop, but you're not gonna have time to go to both.
Chris, can I go to like a magic store? Magic store? I don't know. There would be such a thing.
I don't think that there's necessarily a store that's just a magic shop. You'll just have like the general store.
Can I go to
might
the
have
college and try my textbooks or something?
no. Queen did promise you that you could get admission, but like there hasn't been time to start that process yet. But perhaps you guys had a quick conversation before you leave, and by the time you get back, you can be ready to start.
Perfect.
So some of you can go to like an armory or a weapon shop if you want. The others can go to a general store. But you guys just let me know what you want to do.
I would
What
like.
do they have at a general store?
So if you look at the player's handbook and go to equipment, or go to what chapter is this? Chapter 5, equipment. And then if you go through a few pages to where it says adventuring gear, I'm just going to use that chart because it's a whole page and it just has a chart with a bunch of things with prices. And for this specific shop, I'm going to say that the prices are going to be the same as what's on this page.
Shit. What page is that?
It's gonna, my physical book, it's page 150, but it might be on Google.
I got you.
But it's in chapter 5.
I'll go to the armor and weapons shop, Chris.
Okay. And that's going to be the same thing. It's basically any of the armor or weapons that you can find in chapter 5.
Chapter 5 starts on page 134 in PDF.
134. Bless you.
134.
Thank you. Okay. Hey, Chris, how much did we get paid for
And
this? Because I
then
didn't
Mary
log it.
Jane and Noah, you guys can go to whichever one. I think you got paid 20. I think you
20?
guys got paid 25 gold pieces, right?
I don't remember. I didn't put it down.
Do you
Yeah,
guys
maybe.
remember?
I have 30 now. I
Something
don't know
like
how
that.
many I started with.
I had
think you
5,
started
and we got.
How many did
How
we
much
get?
do you have, Gabe?
I have 30 total.
Minus the copper pieces from the. Okay, so then you got 25. So you should have 25 plus whatever you started with.
All right, bet.
So Lexa, you should have like 50.
I have 45.
Oh, did you spend 5 on something?
No.
Maybe I only gave you guys 20 gold pieces then.
Yeah, Gabe or Chris, I have 30, so it's possible.
Oh, yeah, maybe
Okay.
I started with 10. I think that makes more sense.
Okay, so 20 then,
Okay,
Adri.
thanks.
You got 20 plus what you started with.
All right, that's helpful.
So yeah, if you guys see something on that page that you would like to buy, let me know.
I'm looking.
I just
I'm
want to
looking.
give you a chance to do that before you like go on an adventure.
Yeah.
What page is it on, Chris?
Do you have the physical book?
I have the PDF pulled up.
don't know what
Page
page is on
141. 140 and 141 on PDF.
I just know chapter 5. Because I was thinking about this on Sunday because I was playing in my other campaign, and we're level 3 now. We've had like 8 sessions,
We're level 2,
and
right?
we still have not had a chance to go to a store to buy anything. And I find that extremely frustrating.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
We keep getting money for stuff and then nowhere to buy it. It's like the Adventure Zone where they can never. It takes them forever to get to a point where they can use their gold. And I'm just like, I would like to buy all these things. Nope. Because I'm a cleric, but I'm a dex-based cleric, so I really would benefit from having like a short sword, but I still just have like my starting mace.
Gotcha. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's stupid. Anyway, so I like to give you the option of at least switching out some of your gear if you want. Or packing up
Yeah,
on some.
Chris, I don't think there's anything for me, the wizard, right now, because I don't know, like, I can't use any of the armor, right?
That's fine. You can use armor, but mage armor won't work if you're wearing armor. If that's what you're
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Is there an
I mean,
option to trade in? Sorry.
no, but I mean, if you talk to the shopkeep, they might buy it. Like you can ask for.
Chris,
if they
Wait,
want-
I want to buy.
What? Let's see, I missed
I want
that.
to buy.
You keep cutting out. I just keep hearing you say, "I want to buy and then blank." A healer kit.
Yeah.
What does that do?
It stabilizes. It has like 4 uses. No, 10 uses, I think, and you stabilize someone.
Wait, so I don't think. I mean, you can buy it, Lexi, but if you're proficient in medicine, oh yeah, then you can use a healer's kit, right? Don't you have to be proficient
Yeah.
in medicine to use a healer's kit? Do you not have the cantrip Spare the Dying?
I don't know.
Is that like let's say that bypasses the you needing to use a healer's kit ever?
I thought you didn't.
If you don't have it, then yeah, I just don't. I just want you to know that if you there's other ways to stabilize too. Because even just casting a healing spell, or if you cast Spare the Dying, it'll stabilize somebody.
Okay.
Haley, was there something you wanted to? I think you were saying you wanted to do something.
I was considering trading in my leather for hide.
Okay.
Because I can't have metal, right? We came to that conclusion.
Right.
Um,
I think that's what we
yes,
came to.
druids don't like metal things, except for some reason you guys will use a scimitar, which I think is made of metal, right?
I didn't
Or
read
like
that though.
your shield has to be like wooden shield.
Yeah. So instead of me wearing leather, my step up would be.
It's because if the metal messes with your magic.
Yeah.
If you're wearing too much metal, then your magic doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because it's nature magic and metal against nature or something. So yeah, you can't wear metal, but you could upgrade to like.
I think the only other thing I could do is hide, which is like one step up.
Well, so right now, the thing about leather armor is it gives you 11 plus your dex modifier, right? Your dex modifier is plus. Oh, it's plus 0. So yeah, this would be good for you to go up to hide.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask the guy if he'll take anything for the leather one I'm wearing at the moment.
So because it's used, he says, I'll give you 5 gold pieces for that leather.
Cool. And then I'm gonna say I want the hide, so I give him 5 gold pieces.
Yeah, so you paid 5 pieces for the hide and sold your leather to him.
Cool.
Cat, I eat my headphones.
Bartering, man.
So if you go to your equipment, you can like basically
Yeah.
remove leather and then add hide and then equip it.
Working on it.
Andrew, there wasn't anything you wanted because you went to the armory or did you go to the general store?
I went to the armory, but I just wanted to. I went to the armory because there wouldn't be anything for me really at either place.
Okay, but I think Adri, did you say you went to the general store?
No, I actually went to I'm gonna go buy a shield because I do not have one and I'm proficient in them, so that's dumb. I want a shield, please.
Oh, so you want to buy a shield?
Yes.
Okay, so the shield's gonna be 10 gold pieces if you just want to outright buy it.
Sounds good. I don't think I have anything to trade, so.
Okay, I'll just let you.
Got
Yeah,
it.
you can just
I
do
see.
that.
There's also arrows you can buy. I'm just
Yes.
gonna say that.
I think
saw that.
Adri, you're the only one who uses the bow.
Yeah, I have 20 arrows. Wait, shit.
Yeah,
I
so
used
I don't
some.
think you used them.
Yeah, I
in the
did use
fight.
some, and I'm trying to remember how many I used. 'Cause
But
I'm
I'm just gonna go ahead and say that you were able to replenish it. I guess the queen. So I guess you have 20 now. But from going forward, I am going to make sure you
Yeah.
keep track of arrows.
Then let me buy some
Um,
arrows as well. It
and-
comes in like bundles of 20, right?
Yeah, you can, and I think it's like 1 gold piece for 20, or it might be less.
Yeah, 1 gold
Let me
piece for
check.
20.
I think it's on. Oh, did you find it?
Yeah, I found it. 1 gold piece for 20.
Yeah, 1 gold piece for 20. You guys don't need to worry about weight unless you're like trying to carry a horse. I'm not gonna make you guys like worry about encumbrance. But yeah, Adri, I think the way it works is however many arrows you shoot in a fight,
That's how many
I
arrows.
think you roll to see how many you recover. So
Okay.
I think if you roll like above a 15, you recover all of them. And if it's like a 10 to 15, you recover half. If you roll under a 10, you don't get any or something like that.
Okay, I'll look it up and see.
I mean, help me remember that, and I'll try to like remember too. But I'll probably forget. But it's not that big of a deal if we forget. But I do want to like kind of keep track of the arrows.
Yeah.
Or if someone has a crossbow, you may not have a crossbow. Same thing. Keep track of bolts. Okay. Lexi, was there something else that you wanted to buy? You went to the general store. Mosh, which store did you go to?
Like the signal whistle.
The what?
Signal whistle. My range.
Okay, cool. Yeah, all right, you can spend 5 copper pieces to do that if you want.
Gabe said I should.
Okay, do it.
did not. I just pointed it out and said that sounds fun.
And then I said, should I do it? And he said, yeah.
So it's 5
That was
copper
a game.
pieces. So 100 copper pieces is 1 gold. So like if you take 1 gold away, you gotta give yourself 95 copper pieces, or like give yourself 9 silvers and 5 copper pieces. That makes sense.
I
Does that
think I
make
want
sense?
to blow gun.
Gotcha.
Sorry, I thought you were done.
Oh,
At the beginning of that chapter, it tells you like how the exchange rates work for the different money. What do
Can I
you
get
want?
Can I get a blowgun?
A blowgun?
It's only 10 gold pieces.
I don't know what that is.
Like,
Blowgun. What
yeah,
do you mean?
Chris, think about like what you shoot darts out of.
Like in Jungle
Yeah,
to
you
Jungle?
can get art.
Yeah,
With Tim
you shoot
Allen?
darts out of it.
Yeah. Sick, bro.
Yeah.
Are you proficient in that? Probably, right?
I think it's a simple weapon,
No,
yeah.
you're not.
She's not proficient in simple weapons?
She's proficient in clubs, darts, javelins, maces, quarterstaffs, scimitars, sickles, slings, and spears, but not blowguns.
Damn.
Okay,
Oh,
answer me this, Chris. How can somebody not be proficient in clubs?
No, I am. Oh.
No, she
Wait,
is
what's
proficient.
the.
No, agreed. But like, how is somebody not?
If you look at the bottom left of your sheet, it'll tell you what
I
you're
see that. Oh, okay, wait. So what are darts?
that would be
Same thing?
like dart that you threw.
Lawn darts, Haley.
Like, they're like yay big.
Yeah.
Like a dartboard on the wall.
Oh, what? How's that gonna hurt anybody?
Is that right, or is the dart used in the blowgun?
The dart? Oh shit, you're right. It might be in the blowgun, actually.
Well, it says simple ranged weapons, dart.
Mm-hmm.
I think no, it's separate.
It says throne. Finesse, comma, throne. Range
You can
20.
buy that one if you want. You can buy some darts if you
Alright.
want.
I'm gonna buy that. Wait, but how much do darts cost?
Oh, you guys are messaging the thing. What?
It's just Piper being an idiot.
wait, I
Okay.
would like to buy a grappling.
Okay, you can buy a grappling hook for the price
Sweet.
listed.
Price
You're
listed.
calling me an idiot for trying to serenade Gabe? Come on.
Serenade.
Oh, you wanted to buy a freaking spyglass? Yeah, I don't know why they're 1,000 gold pieces, but they are.
Yeah, that's insane. I like
You wonder-
didn't look. I was just like, yeah, that sounds good. Thinking it
A
was like kind
spyglass.
of like 10.
I think it's because a spyglass is like a magnifying glass, right? So that's like a specialist, like in ancient times, a specialist would have to know how to blow glass to make it a
Yeah.
magnifying glass. Also, not everyone knows how to do.
I mean, poison's pretty expensive too. It's like 100 gold.
It's like a
Yeah.
telescope.
No, I thought that was a. Oh, it's a freaking telescope. Oh.
Yeah,
I was
that's
thinking
why.
it's like a spyglass, like a Sherlock
No,
Holmes.
it's a spyglass.
Okay. That's
Okay, I want some kind of. Help me out here.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
want some kind of long range weapon.
A long ranged? A spear could work. I
Yeah,
think you're
yeah.
okay with spears.
So I guess it'd be more like something I can throw.
So that's a
The
dart
dart?
or a sling for you, and technically you can throw a dagger too.
Yeah.
What the heck is a sling?
I'm sorry.
What's a sling?
I think it's like slingshot.
Like it's literally like a sling that you like you go like this and you literally throw rocks out of it.
Pew, pew.
Oh,
Like the old school version of slingshots.
dang it! I'm
It's
mad.
like
I could have picked a different spell and that would have came more in handy. Okay.
You can change your spell now. You haven't used any of them. Just go back and change it here.
Well, I like the one that I picked too. I'm gonna do dart. Wait, so if I get a dart
Mm-hmm.
and if I throw it, do I not get it back?
You have to be. You're gonna
If
do
I'm
what
right.
I do. Like you have to roll.
recover it.
Yeah.
You do have ranged spells, though. I mean, if you don't want to buy ranged weapons, you have like your produce flame is like a ranged spell.
Also true, but then I catch everyone on fire. It's fine.
So the produce Produce Fame isn't one that would catch everyone on fire.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Okay.
Your weapon would. Just so you know that you do have like a ranged weapon. You also have a spear which you can throw.
I have a scimitar and a spear.
Yeah, you can throw a spear.
Really, it does say that.
Hey Chris, I'm gonna go ahead and buy a hand axe as well. I am proficient in it. Because I realize that there's no point in me saving my money right now. Like
Alright, whatever. I'm just gonna stick with what I got.
hand axe.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to put you down in any way. I just want to make sure you have all the information.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I just didn't know what the...
Yeah. So you do have some ranged attacks. What?
A javelin. I am proficient
You
in
are
that.
proficient. You can throw that as well.
And I'm huge, so like it wouldn't be out of place for me to just carry around a javelin, right?
No, not necessarily. And it does the same amount of damage as a spear, but it's cheaper.
They're bigger,
I
right?
want
A
a
javelin is
javelin.
bigger than a spear. Right? Or
I
am
think it's the other way around.
Is it? Shit.
I thought javelins
Yeah.
are big. They're like long.
I'm sure javelins are like.
Yeah, javelins are big.
Javelin is a light spear designed to be thrown, and a spear is a pole weapon consisting of a shaft, usually of wood, with a pointed
Yeah.
head. So javelins are meant
Spears
to be
are
thrown.
bigger.
Okay. I've had them backwards.
I mean,
in my
I'm
head my
looking
whole
at
life.
it, and spear's way more, so spear is bigger.
Pew pew.
Pew pew.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay.
Boom,
So
boom,
I already
bang.
have a spear.
Spear.
Yeah, you can buy javelins if you want. Is that what you want to do?
No, I have a spear. Why do I need a javelin? Never mind.
Okay. I mean, whatever you want to do. I'm not. Okay. Anybody else? Anything? Or
I got what I
anything
need.
else? You're good?
Yep.
I think so.
Cool. Okay. That's that. All right. So you guys meet back up at the stables, where you were probably just told to meet at the stables. Your horses are ready to go,
Sweet.
and you guys hop on dem horses.
Everybody do an animal handling save. I want someone to fall off a horse, Chris. I want someone to fall off a horse.
So the thing about horses is if you're not like at a gallop, you don't need to roll animal handling because
Oh,
basically you're going just at like a trot,
Okay.
and anybody can ride a horse at a trot. It's presumed. If you're trying to like be fast on it, then you would have to either be proficient in. I think you proficiency in vehicles gives it to you, but also just an animal handling, a successful animal handling check. But these horses were meant to be ridden, so they're not going to try to buck you off.
How long is this horse riding journey?
3 days.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast a spell. And it's gonna be my speak with animals spell
Okay.
because I'd like to be one with my horse. So I just hit cast, right? Spell slot. Hello.
Yeah. Yes, I'm sorry. I was reading what Adri read. I was reading. I always like. I get behind and I have to go back and look at what the chat said. I feel like I'm on Twitch. I'd be a horrible Twitch streamer. Yeah, you can do that.
Raise the text. Okay. So I'm casting my speak with animals spell.
I'm gonna look that up real quick so that I know what it does.
Hey, just for the record, when we walk into the stable, I'm about to pick. I would immediately go for whatever horse is like the coolest looking, which means like all black. I want an all black horse.
So they don't have all black horses. These are all brown, like riding.
Oh, that's so lame.
Like sturdy looking riding horses. But
They're
sure,
mules.
they're not mules. They're horses. Mules don't exist in this world. At least no one's tried to breed a horse and a donkey in this world.
Oh shit. Let's break the fourth wall.
They don't breed in the wild.
Let's break them full.
I guess Adrian, yours can have a black spot. And
Oh,
it's the
bless
only
you.
one with the black spot.
Thank you.
Okay, so your spell lasts for 10 minutes, Haley.
Amazing.
10 minutes? I thought, what?
No.
Haley. It's gonna be a quick
What
convo.
am I supposed to say?
Wait, yeah, it
No.
says
Oh, yeah, it is
duration 10 minutes.
Damn it. Okay.
It'll be a good 10 minutes.
Horse.
No, alright. No, I cast this spell because it's worth it to me if I have to sit on the back of this thing for 3 days to get the most well-behaved one. So I cast this spell to, like, get to know them
Okay,
a little bit.
so you cast the spell on your horse. Or I guess you just cast
Yeah.
the spell, right? What do you say to your horse?
Because she's
No,
doing
I
speed
was
dating with
so-
all the horses.
Basically, yeah. So we walk in, and I can I can hear them talking to each other, right? And then I'm just kind of like, "What's up?"
What's up?
And they're surprised I can.
So really, they're not gonna be
I think I
talking to each other. Horses don't just talk to each other.
How do you know that?
I was thinking the same thing.
I've
Yeah,
never seen
Chris,
people
we're
walk up to each other and go.
They definitely communicate with their eyes, and they have thoughts.
Okay, but it says comprehended verbally communicate, not mentally.
Okay, anyway, so I walk up in here, I'm like, "Hey, so we're about to go on a 3-day ride."
Make small talk.
So
And I realize I'm a big girl, so.
Which one of y'all can handle this hefty lass?
Horses has the best attitude about this because we're gonna have to get along.
one of the horses says, "Do you have apples?"
Oh shit!
But in fact, I do.
You do.
What are these horses?
These horses know what
So I
they
guess
want.
I'll pick the apple one.
Watch out for these horses.
An apple will do anything.
Yikes.
I don't know how to do a flip.
Yike. Crack at it.
You fucking got it.
You hop on. Do you give him an apple? It's a male horse.
Oh no.
Do I give him an apple? Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got 5 horses. There's all female except for one is male, and that's the one who asked for apples. There's all brown except for, I guess, Adri's female mare
Fuck yeah.
has a black spot on her left flank.
Perfect.
Okay, so he asks for apples. If you give him an apple, he seems really excited and very happy about it. And he kind of perks up, and he does like the whole like macho man, like, "I'm the prettiest horse here. Look at me." He does like a mane flip, and then he like goes down on on the thing where they go down to let you get on top of them. And your horse is the only one who does that.
Because I gave that bitch an apple.
And he's like, "This is gonna talk to me." So
Gave that
If
bitch
you
an
give a
apple.
What will they do?
yeah, so you guys hop on your horses. Haley's horse really liked her. As long as you guys go at a trot pace, which is like a standard traveling pace, you don't have to roll animal handling checks. But do you guys go ahead and start on your way?
Yeah. I think we should start on our merry way.
Yes.
Okay. So if you think about it this
Wow.
way, are you guys looking at the
Yes,
screen?
I can see you.
So I'm gonna do a visual. Okay.
Yep.
So Tethir is like a kind of almost rectangular nation, right? And you have Daramar, which you guys are at, or like it's the bottom. It's on the south. Toward center, a little bit toward the east. Saradouche is gonna be on the far eastern side, and it's where you guys are headed. But you guys aren't gonna take a straight path. You're gonna actually follow. There's a trail that kind of loops like this, like it goes straight down the southern, like from west to east, and then you guys are going to go up towards Saradouche because that's the trail. And if you're looking at a map, which you have a map, there's really only one town on the trail before Saradouche, and it's called Barak Mordin, and it is like, if Saradouche is a 3-day travel there, then you would get there on like the latter part of the second day. Barack Obama's brother. And other than that, there's really no other towns on the way there. There might be like a hamlet here or there, but nothing large. But there is an established trail. And then to the mountain range, the Amlarindin Mountains it's literally like, once you get to Saradouche, it's like you could get to those mountains within only a few hours.
Okay, so would we just be able to make it to the town, or are we gonna have to stop and camp for the night between where we are now in the capital to the town that's halfway between like us and Saradouche?
Did I get this right?
You would get to Saradouche. What is that?
Is that my map?
So
is my map
those
right?
mountains are actually going to be. Oh, they're going to be to the right of Saradouche.
Okay.
And so not above it, but to the right.
Okay.
What were you asking, Gabe? I'm sorry.
So I was asking if we're gonna have to, like, on this 3-day journey, is it gonna be like, are we gonna be able to make it to that time? Okay, so like we're gonna have to like camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, you'll camp like outside on the way for 2 nights in a row. After the second night, or no, I'm sorry, 1 night. No, you're right.
And then
I'm right. 2 nights in a row, you'll have to camp on the road on that second day. So after the second night, you'll
Stop in the little
get
town.
to Rock Mordine,
Yeah.
and then by the end of that day, you would get to Saradouche.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the next day, you could travel overnight. I wouldn't advise it, but you could to get to the mountains that same night. But you spend a night in Saradouche or wherever, and then you could get to the mountains the next day.
All right.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
So you left early morning on day 1. So that means that early morning, or that means by noon on day 3, you would actually get to Barak Mordine, because that would be 2.5 days.
Right. I'm with
Okay.
you. I'm following.
And then by evening on day 3, you would get to Saradouche.
I'm with you.
Don't worry, guys. I've got very nifty camping spells.
Oh. Are we going to be glamping?
Well, no, it's more like we're not going to get.
It's like Harry Potter when you would go in a tent and it's like a 2-story house.
Yeah. It's like fucking Mary Poppins bag, but in a tent.
I can watch at the campfire.
Yeah. All right. So the way we're gonna do like traveling and stuff is, if you have rations or whatever, you can like eat that. But if you want to hunt and gather or whatever, you can roll. I will have one person in the party roll a survival check. And if you pass the check, then you're doing fine for the day. Like, you find water or food or whatever.
This is my bread and butter,
You-
people. I'm the ranger. I'm the ranger.
But if anybody has the Outlander background, then none of that matters, because I think as an Outlander you can find food and water no matter what.
I almost
think
picked that,
I'm
but I didn't.
the most qualified to do the survival check. I'm one with nature, remember?
Yeah.
I mean, we did see how you handled that situation. It was quite interesting.
Speaking of, I gave him another apple while we stopped.
Okay, nice. How many apples did you take? Actually, go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
Oh shit.
I was gonna say I took 4 apples, so that would leave me 2, but
Roll a d4, and then whatever the roll is will be how many you ended up being able to get.
3 apples.
look at that.
So you ended up getting 3.
Alright, so I'm giving him, we're at the end of day 1?
Damn.
Is that what you said?
Dazzle's jumping ahead.
Sure. Yeah. Well,
So,
before we do that, I need somebody in the party to roll a survival check.
I'll do
Probably
it.
Haley.
Can I do it every time? Like every day?
Sure. One person will roll it every day.
I
But
probably
it could be
would
different.
also.
But it could be different on the same. It doesn't matter.
So it can't be the same person?
Yeah. Whoever wants to do the survival
It's
part.
a 1d20, right?
Plus
1d20,
your
and
survival
then,
modifier.
just your modifier for survival.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
So, yeah, you didn't find anything today.
Oh,
So
no.
if you
So we're
have,
hungry.
because an 8 is not great.
8 is not great.
If you have, so some of you might have started with rations.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I think I did.
You can eat that if you want.
I've given anybody my apple.
But nobody found food. Or Haley, you didn't find food because you rolled the survival check for the party, basically.
I have
Alright.
one. So if we have rations, you want us to go ahead and use them?
Yeah, I think just one ration. I think it tells you how many days worth of rations, right?
Yeah, I've got rations.
I don't have any.
I'm not really gonna micromanage your food consumption or water consumption, but like, if you fail the survival check and you have food, I'll let you eat it. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
But like, I think otherwise you'd like have a level of exhaustion. I think is that how that would work?
I think so.
Since you don't have food.
I could be wrong.
It makes
Well-
sense.
So yeah.
Who has? I'm gonna
Let
say
me know
like
if you don't have food.
yeah, because
I don't have food.
okay.
You can share your food with
Yeah.
Parasite or whoever.
I'm gonna need people to voice up if they're starving.
I will ball
Well-
if I can steal some food. That'd be great.
All right,
Andrew, you got him?
I'm gonna give Verzik some food.
Come on.
Anybody else starving?
I'm gonna eat my apple.
Her last apple, or no, her second to
No,
last apple.
I didn't end up giving the horse my other apple since that failed. So I still have 1 apple left.
Okay.
Lexi's good too.
All right. Everybody's good
Okay,
now.
cool. All right. So
Wait
do
on.
you guys stop
Yeah.
for the night on the side of the trail, or
What's our surroundings like? What's this trail like? Is it, if we lead off the sides, is it like raised off the ground and there's been trees and stuff?
What's our first pit stop look like?
at certain parts of the trail there is like most of it's kind of open. Sorry, give me a second. A lot of it's like an open trail. So the thing about Tathir is it has one giant forest, but then the rest of it doesn't have much forest to it. But this particular trail does have a river that it kind of follows along. So there will be like scattered trees on the way, if that makes sense, but no like forest.
Okay, so I mean, we probably just want to camp somewhere close to the trail, at least close to able to easily find the trail again in the morning.
Yeah, so the river, at parts of it, like at the very beginning of your, after you left, within that first few hours, you crossed over the river. It's the River It. And then since then, you haven't crossed back over the river, but like at points on the trail, you can like hear the water, but you're not close enough to see it, if that makes sense.
Okay, but I mean, if we, could we like, maybe if we're looking for a good place to camp, then if there's scattered trees.
You can find a place that can camp under like a few trees, yeah.
I was thinking either that or maybe
very well known. Often, this is a very well known and like highly traveled trail. So it's not like it's a rundown trail in the middle of nowhere. Like people are on the trail. You have merchants and just other people traveling.
Okay, so we're probably fine just finding like a nice little clearing to pack up in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So, you said we're near a river,
No,
or was I wrong? Did you say we're really close to, like, there's a stream that runs by the road?
There is a river that's nearby, but
Okay.
out of eyesight, but within earshot. At certain points, sometimes you can't hear the river.
Okay. So I guess we might as well set up camp. So I'd probably help with what if anyone has anything. I'm probably, if it was just me, I'm just gonna lay out my bedroll and call it good.
I have alarm, Chris. It's a spell, so I'd probably cast alarm.
Okay.
I'm
Can you
going
cast that as a ritual? How do you cast?
Alarm has I just cast it. You said alarm
It is a ritual.
Yeah, casting
You
time
can
1.
cast it. Or you can cast it with, instead of taking 1 minute, I think you can take 10 minutes and you don't have to use a spell slot.
So then I do that. Yeah, I cast this ritual and go ahead and cast alarm, which is gives us a 20-foot cube area that I can cast, and then when anything gets a mental alarm will alert me if anything is within 1 mile, and it will awaken me if I'm sleeping.
You're gonna do an entire mile?
No, that's what it says. A mental alarm alerts you.
If you're within 1 mile, I'm sorry. Okay, I thought it was like anything that comes in within a mile of you. I was like, that thing's gonna be ringing all night.
No, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so do you specify? I'm looking at it. Okay.
So like if
So do you designate the entire party as people who would not set off the alarm then?
Yeah. I basically set everybody in our group as people who don't set off the alarm, and then I try and angle it best so that it covers everybody who's in our party trying to sleep. That way, you just have.
And then you're choosing the mental alarm instead of the physical one. Okay.
Yeah, I choose mental because I would. Well, I guess I'd probably choose audible, honestly, because we're not trying to be stealthy. If something's coming up, I'd rather wake everybody else. So I think I choose audible then, Chris.
Okay. Awesome. I'd say with that, then I mean, you guys can still choose to have like watches, but you don't need to. You don't have to, I guess,
I'm not gonna
because the
bother.
alarm would go off if something came near you.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
gonna
we
bother.
got 20-foot keep room.
Cool.
I mean, I think Verzik likes to like stay up and read anyway, so I wouldn't mind staying up just a little bit later. But we don't.
Yeah. Well, so I think the way long rests work is I think that it's 8 hours, but you technically only have to spend 6 of it sleeping, and then you get 2 hours of downtime. Does that sound right to you guys?
I don't.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that.
Yes, standing watch cannot be, like, light activity cannot be more than 2 hours. So you get 2 hours of light
but
activity.
I think reading a book would be considered light activity.
Yeah.
Okay, well, alarm only lasts 8 hours, so depending on when we're going to bed and when we're rising, we might need to.
I'm just gonna say that you guys are sleeping for 8 hours, unless you want to change that.
Yeah, that's fine. We go to bed at 10, wake up at 6.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Andrew, that's like one of the decent ideas.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Andrew.
Yeah, he's in
It looks like
darkness,
one of those
enshrouded in
people-
darkness.
It's just dark and all I see is like.
Well, it's because I've got this sweet monitor set up. It's very exciting.
But then the light's only hitting like one side of your face.
Gabe, roll a d20.
Oh,
Okay.
damn.
Roll the encounter d20 game. Don't fuck it up.
Oh! Oh my gosh! Gabe! You fucked us all over.
That's not true.
That was like the line.
Sometimes the
That's actually not good.
That's actually
sometimes
not good.
The encounter things are like only a 1 is bad, and everything else is just kind of a range. Like a 3 through 5.
So no,
That's
you
not
guys
the-
actually, the night passes and you don't, nothing kind of wakes you up.
Oh. Oh.
We don't run into the baby dragon again.
Oh,
Oh
fuck.
my god, that was
Wait,
Andrew.
did we need to take a long rest?
Yes.
That was your long rest. You slept for the night.
Yeah, take a long rest.
Wait, so I gotta hit it.
Oh yeah, you can take a long rest on the thing. Yeah, on the thingy.
I mean, you won't reset anything for us.
It's just fun.
Well,
Level
no.
my spell.
It logs.
Spell.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, she
Maybe I
does
won't talk to my husband. Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right, so you guys get up and start moving the next morning. Is that correct?
Yes. I think
Yeah, can I
before.
get a refill real quick?
Yeah, go Piper.
Alright,
Okay.
Before we head out, like as we're packing, I would want to walk over to that because I have a water skin, so I'd want to go fill up my water skin with water from the river. Just real quick, jot on over.
I'm actually not. I'm not gonna make you do that. I'm not really gonna track your water per se.
Okay, bet.
I'm just gonna assume that you've been doing that, like, because since the river's been so close for most of the travel, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, for the sake of ease, that you're able to refill your water very easily.
Bet no one goes thirsty.
So you don't have to do that.
Swag.
who's
I mean,
leading this trip, by the way?
We all are.
Who knows where we're going?
Well, we're
I just
following
wanna
a
take,
trail.
like, a quick fiver for a potty and snack break.
Okay.
Just a quick.
Dazzle,
5-10
it's
minute
a, it's like a, he said it's a defined trail, so none of us really have to lead it. We
Oh.
know where we're going.
We just know where we're going.
Yeah, we just are following the
By
trail.
default.
Do you want to see my, like from my doodle? You were just following the trail. I like to doodle in my notebook. Taking a quick fiber.
Gabriel, did y'all have a good time with your parents?
We did. We took the boat out. My brother graduated. It was a good weekend.
Good. I want to be out on the lake.
It was really nice, honestly. It's because the water is still pretty cold. And it was really hot out, so it felt awesome.
There's a lake here that everybody goes to, but
You're close to a lake there? Is that what you said?
yeah, there's a lake here. But I don't have any friends with boats, so I'm stuck. I think I'm about to buy a kayak though.
Oh, nice. I like kayaks. They're fun.
A lot of people do that. It's me and you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm
And
back.
then,
What's happening?
am I missing anybody? I think the rest of you are from Deramar.
What's happening?
So,
Fuck.
Sarah, people, and Deramar.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry.
So you really guys are like from different corners almost. Excuse me.
Yeah. Interesting.
Did I miss anything important?
Not really. I just gave a little more background on Tethkeeper as a whole. But
You missed the creation of the quotes channel, Adri.
I
So
do.
yes.
I see that. I'm gonna have to go back through and put in some from our previous. Alright, so we just
All
woke up, Chris, on day 2.
yeah, you guys are traveling. Dazzle has already spoke with her animal again, the horse. She gave him another apple.
Beautiful.
And then questioned it about its sex.
Oh.
Well, I asked if it,
We asked about its sex life or its sexual identity.
no, I just asked why I was the only male.
And he didn't know what that meant because gender is a human construct and animals would have no idea what that meant.
So then I just continued that conversation.
He said, "Whoa, Nelly."
Oh,
Alright.
dumb.
He's not asexual, he's just, gender doesn't mean anything to an animal. Alright, so this thing goes much like the first day. You're traveling, conditions are pretty good, like it's clear skies,
Sweet.
not super windy, it's late spring, so it's a little hot, but not nearly as bad as you can get in the middle of summer. It probably stays in the upper 70s, so really a perfect traveling weather. Really, the day goes by, nothing of note happens. Like I said, this is a very well-traveled path, or trail, I should say. So you're not expecting trouble, and you don't really meet any trouble. You see the occasional caravan or horse or person on a horse traveling the other direction. And then you get to the second night, and you guys go ahead and set up camp. I assume you guys are probably going to do the same thing.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing. Cast alarm as a ritual.
Do you want us to do the
Okay.
survival check?
What?
Do you want us to do a survival check?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody do a survival check. I'm sorry, I forgot. Thanks.
I got this one. I haven't gotten to
You got
roll.
it.
I got it. Please, for the love of God. Oh!
22.
We eat
Wow,
well
yeah.
tonight. We dine on
You're
prime
good.
squirrel.
Yeah, you actually are able to hunt down a deer. It was sipping water by one of the little tiny streams that came off the river, and you what is it, 420 no scope? I know that's not right.
Oh my God, it's 360 no scope.
What?
360,
Yeah.
360 no scope. No, do you know what actually happened? This is the scene from Bambi. I took out his mom.
Yeah, except with the bow and arrow, not a pen.
Correct.
And you guys, those of you who eat meat, dined on fresh deer that night.
It's called venison.
Venison. I've never called it venison. We literally just say deer.
Deer meat is called venison.
I feel like I knew that, but my family doesn't call it that. They just say deer meat.
Good old deer meat.
Deer meat. Yeah, deer meat. Deer chili.
Chris was eating
Deer.
squirrels.
I've actually never had squirrel. Anyway,
I've actually never had, and obviously I've never had.
That's how you know we're from County.
Would you believe it? We're a tree
my
rat.
family comes from East Texas, so my cousins would go squirrel hunting every year. I just never went because no.
It's okay, Chris.
All right, I feed us all.
Johnson County.
We're all well fed
Anyway.
and happy.
I think I'm being
Doubt. Or Haley, can you roll a d20 for me?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Fuck us, Dazzle. Come on.
Shit. No!
Oh,
Wow.
hey. Good stuff.
Again, you guys, the night passes with nothing.
Oh my gosh. I bet he doesn't even
Yeah,
have anything
because
planned. That
I inverted the chart, so
Yeah.
like all the good stuff would happen if you rolled low, and the bad stuff would happen if you rolled high, because it doesn't matter.
no, I bet you just have a blank
guys
sheet and you're just making us have high blood pressure.
For that.
That's fun.
I mean, some of the charts that I looked at too when I was doing one shots was inverted scales, where it'd be like bad stuff happen
Yeah,
on high rolls. Like a nat 20 is the worst thing you could roll.
yeah, because like it's just to like roll to see if something happens. It has nothing to do with the skill, so it doesn't really matter. You're just rolling a d20. Hi, sweetie.
All right,
Yeah,
so
say hi.
we're doing camp for day 2. Look at how cute.
He just keeps bothering me, so I'm picking him up and annoying him.
Wait, so I need to take my long rest, right?
Yeah, go ahead and take the long rest, and then back at it.
All right.
Damn, Daniel.
And then
Back
get
at it
that
again.
text me.
All right.
So on the next day, on your third day of travel, around noon, you guys make it to the town of Mordine. And this town has like, it's not a huge town, but it's a town. But it's distinct in the fact that it has like 3 corners. So it's basically in the shape of a triangle. So it has 3 corner towers. Each one has a temple. And then there's the central keep. And then dispersed buildings throughout. But it's not so big that there's like a wall. There's not like a city wall around it, if that makes sense. It's not that big. But you get to this town, and you guys can interact in this town if you choose to, but you don't have to.
The only thing that I would want to do is actually go buy rations so I don't have to move with other people.
Okay.
So if there's a general store, I'd probably like to go in there and just get some food.
Okay, give me just a second.
I'd probably hop off. This is day 3. By day 3, I'm sure we have some hardcore bow-legged sad asses right now.
Yeah, your
Rest our butt
crotches
cheeks.
probably hurt.
I took 1d4 crotch damage.
My ass is on fire.
Can I get asses tapped here? Are those available?
Not
It's more like
here.
your inner
I'm sure you won't find some. All right. So
Asses taps. Gabe, did you just lick the bowl?
Gabe is licking the bowl.
yeah, why wouldn't he?
I'm pouring like with cereal, so I'm just pouring it in my mouth.
The likely story, bud.
Lick the bowl.
All right. So, Andrew, you wanted to go find like a place where you could buy some rations.
Yeah, that's somewhere I could buy some food so I can stop mooching off people.
Okay, so you all want to go with Andrew, or are you guys gonna separate?
I probably would just.
Or harder, but
There's Zick.
I would stick with Berzik.
I'd probably
Okay.
hang out by the horses. I'd get off the horses, but I'd
Right.
hang out next to him.
Okay.
I don't need anything, but I also don't want him to get in trouble with his card trick.
hold on, it's super cool.
All right.
I also know illusion all now, so I could actually pull 2 way cool card tricks.
All right. So you get to the shop, or you find a general store. It's obviously not quite as big as the one from the city. It's a smaller town, and you walk in, and there's an old man sitting at the counter, and you look on the shelves, and you don't see much.
I probably approached the old man and say, I'll probably just approach the old man and say, food.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I believe what my friend is trying to buy here is some ration.
Oh, if you're looking for food, there is an inn down the road. Oh, you said rations?
Yeah, ration.
He looks under the counter and pulls out some like
A double-barrel shotgun. I'll take that.
no,
Oh,
a
shit.
little, like some dried meat, and it doesn't look that appealing. But he says, it'd be 2 gold pieces.
For
Right.
that?
Right.
Fuck that. Rizik's turned around and walking out of that. He doesn't play the. He's not a bartering man. If somebody makes him a bad offer, he's walking out.
Oh, so you just walk out and leave?
Yeah, I turn tail and I just walk straight out the door.
Okay, sure. Then, if anybody else went in, do you also just leave?
Yeah.
You don't even just say anything. You just like leave. Okay.
I didn't really do
Right.
My chorizo bonfire is very low, so I'm not going to try and barter.
Well, I
Right.
sold rations.
Okay. Cool. And then, what do you do then?
I'd probably just go down to the inn that he mentioned. I'm going to go see if this inn is any better at doing business than this scammy old man. What the fuck?
Hey, while we're walking along, I turn to you, Verzek, and I say, hey, look, I'll sell you 2 of my rations.
Oh, this bitch.
For what?
For 4 gold pieces, which is like less than half their worth.
Yeah, well, this guy just offered me to sell rations for 2 gold pieces. You're offering me the same deal.
Yeah, my rations aren't like incredibly old, possibly bad.
Yeah, I just snort a little bit. I think he's joking. Berzik takes it as like a joke. He thinks Berzik is like mean and dunking on the old man. He just kind of snorts.
Really quickly, does somebody want to roll either a history or religion check
For sure. That's
to
probably not me.
know if you know anything about the town of Barak Mordin?
I could roll a history check. I got a +2 there.
I would probably.
Not come with any rations.
I'd probably roll a religious check just to see
I got
if.
a 15 on history, Chris.
Okay.
Let me roll a religion.
So I just need 1 check.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you wanted one of
You
each.
can roll 2 if you want. No, it was either or.
Okay.
So what you know about Barak Mordin is, so the town, like I said, has 3 corner towers. Each one has a temple dedicated to one of the 3 deities of the triad, and those are Torm, Tyr, and Ilmater. Torm, known as the true and loyal Fury, is the god of duty, loyalty, righteousness, and law. Ilmater, who's the god of endurance, martyrdom, perseverance, and suffering. And then Tyr is the god of law and justice. And he's kind of the leader of this triad of gods. This town was built to honor these 3 gods. That's why there's temples in the 3 corner towers. And in fact, it is what was he saying?
Say the 3 god names again one more time.
Torm,
Okay.
Ilmater, and Tyr.
Okay.
Wait, Gabe,
Yes.
did you say how much are rations actually worth? I feel like they're like worth like 1 GP each or something.
They're only worth like 5 silver pieces.
Oh, sorry,
They're not.
4 silver pieces.
Sorry.
What the? Rhoda.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, and then Gabe,
That's
if
not
you
a
meant to
girl.
say, if you said 4 silver pieces, I probably would actually buy it from you.
Yeah, that's what. Sorry, I meant to say silver pieces.
Yeah, I was like, you said 4 gold pieces. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, because when I looked at rations, I looked at like the RAM above it. It's 4 gold pieces, so I was confused.
That's many.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay, so you said you were gonna go to the inn, Verzik?
No, honestly, if Gabe's hooking me up with some rations for 4 silver, you said 2 rations for 4 silver pieces.
Yep.
Or
I mean,
yeah,
you
I'll
can still go to if you want. You don't have to. That doesn't have to be the reason you don't.
I'll still go to the end. Yeah, it's fine.
It's up to you.
I'll
So-
probably be in search of maybe a beer or a beverage to make the rest of this horse ride less painful on my crotchal region.
Does everybody want to go into this inn or not?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you say, Gabe?
Are we able to like tie the horses off somewhere?
Okay, I've given you 4 gold.
Horses up.
Perfect.
Okay. You walk into the. It's kind of. I said inn. I meant tavern.
Oh, hell yeah.
Retcon that. It's a tavern, not an inn. You find, other than one person behind like the bar, you see 2 men who are at the bar, a woman at a table by herself, and 1 man asleep at another table with an empty glass in front of him. And as you guys open the door, everyone turns to look at you. Nobody says anything, but it's kind of one of those like small town things of like, oh, these people are not from here.
I go sit at the bar and ask for a drink.
Yeah,
I'm right with it. I'm going with Dazzle.
Just the 2 of you? Anybody else?
I want to go sit by the lady all by herself.
yeah. I'm going up to the bar with Dazzle and Berzik.
Okay, so the bartender starts to pour 3 drinks. He goes, "You guys ain't from round these parts, are ya?
Sure
We
are.
haven't seen much travelers through here since the ogre came."
The ogre?
Yeah, the ogre. What?
Ogre to the north of the town, the one that's been terrorizing the merchants. We haven't had any merchants come through here in months.
Cool.
He hands you your glasses of mead. Or whatever it is. He only has 1 drink.
How much was it?
Oh, 2 coppers.
Okay, so wait, how do
You have to
what is-
subtract 1 currency and convert it to the other.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's an
So I
easy
just-
So
10 coppers is 1 silver, and 1 silver is 10 gold, or 10 silver is 1 gold. So 1 gold is 100 copper. It's like having pennies, and then dimes, and then dollars.
okay, wait,
Forget
so
that.
how much did I just pay?
Yeah, but gold and donuts doesn't sound as good.
Alright, got it.
Okay.
I take a drink of it and then kind of make a face, but like swallow it anyway.
It's not bad, but it's definitely like home. I guess everything would be homebrewed in the fantasy world. It's not bad, but it's definitely not the best you've had, and you can't really tell if it's mead or ale. It's just kind of like a alcohol. You
It's
know
like
what
a
I mean?
natty light. It's not good, but it'll do the job.
Alcoholic. Right, it's definitely not the worst you've had. You know, you've been in work. You've had worse.
Oh, well then it's definitely
So
not
the
a natty
bartender's
light.
gonna say, "So you guys just passing through, or are you gonna need some lodging?"
How much is it?
Why? We're passing, passing through, aren't we? We're like specifically leaving town as soon as we can.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh, so you used to just passing through then?
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
No, it's like midday. It's like
Yeah.
noon.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. I thought we were at the end of the day again.
Okay, and Demaya, you went to that table with just Lady.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you just walk up to her. What do you do?
I'm just gonna sit down.
Game.
I'm just gonna spit mad game like Gabe says. I'm just gonna sit down with. I'm gonna sit down with her.
And she's to say, "Can I help you?"
Oh look, I
Does
love.
she like take a drink of her beer?
Do they have Southern accents?
Demaya just stands back up without saying a single word and walks away.
Wait, are these gonna be like Southern Belle types? Like, is this what I'm rooting for here?
Can I help you? And she raises an eyebrow.
Ooh. Okay. Oh.
No, she don't have no root beer barrels.
Root beer barrels.
I hate you, Lexi or Gabe.
Wait, what?
You're typing in Lexi.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing.
Oh wait, is that Gabe typing
well,
as Lexi?
Demaya, what do you think?
I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna ask her, like, if she lives here and if she knows any, like, is this what's so great about this town? Why live here? Just very point blank.
What do you mean? What's so great about this town? Hate you, city folk, always coming through thinking you're better than us just because you have fancy water and you don't have to eat your pets when you're hungry, and you've got all these fancy gods instead of just the 3 we have here. I don't know.
Oh, I'm gonna ask her what gods. I'm gonna ask her what gods there are here.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Good.
Haley.
Demaya, what did you say?
I said I'm gonna ask her. I'm genuinely interested. What 3 gods do you have here?
Oh, well, there's Tor, Ilmater, and Tyr, of course, the Triad.
I don't know anything about that. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah. You want to know what I had already explained? Okay.
I want to know if she happens to know
Well,
anything special.
The god of duty, loyalty, and righteousness and law. You've got Ilmater, the god of suffering, oppressed, and persecuted. And Tyr, the god of law and justice. These are really common known things. Do you not go to church, hun?
I honestly don't. I'm so sorry.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
Do you know where you're going when you die?
I don't. Where am I going? Where am I going? Please tell me.
Well, if you don't believe in the gods, you're going straight to hell.
Oh, damn. What's it like in hell? I can't imagine that hell's any worse than where I grew up.
I guess we go straight to the abyss. Or straight to... What is it in Dungeons and Dragons? It is hell. The 9 hells, right?
I don't know.
Durgan.
It's the Durgan.
When you die straight to the Durgan.
She pulls out a book, and it's basically a Bible, and she's going to hand it to you. She goes, "Here, now you read up on the word, and whenever you feeling down, you just got to pray. Pray.
Oh!
I'm kidding. She doesn't say that. Stop.
You saw her Blue Lives Matter sticker on her Bible.
Stop.
Yeah. She takes another drink of her drink. Back at the bar, are you guys talking or anything, or?
I think we're just enjoying the fact that we have alcohol.
Okay, cool. And then Demaya, were you gonna try to get some?
No, I'm gonna take her Bible and I'm gonna thank her. Like I'm gonna put all of my ability into like acting like I actually thanked her. And then I'm gonna wander over to the poor dude that's asleep and I'm gonna wake his ass up.
Oh, you're gonna wake him up?
Yeah, I'm gonna wake him up.
Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, I'm just watching this go on.
Right.
It's they wanted to take a break, and I'm giving them some entertainment.
We're just observing. I'm gonna get another drink while we're at it.
So you're gonna like try to shake him awake, or
Yeah. But before I do it, before I shake him awake, I want to like look over to the squad that's over there that's clearly watching me fuck around, and I'm gonna like wave the little Bible thing at them and wink, and then I'm gonna shake this motherfucker awake.
Perfect.
Wait, right before she does this, I'm gonna lean over to Dazzle and say, "I will bet you the next round this does not go up."
It takes a couple shakes, but he's gonna say, what do you want?
Hey,
He goes to take a drink of his drink and then realizes it's empty, and then puts it back down, real sad.
Aw, I'm gonna notice that. I'm gonna say, hey, I was just checking on you. Are you all right? Do you want me to get you another?
What do you care?
I'm just
Get out of
checking.
my face.
Oh, it's too good.
Trying to enjoy my. And he falls back asleep.
Oh, well, that's not
He's
as
very inebriated.
Okay, then I'm gonna grab the glass, and I'm gonna walk on over to the bar, and I'm gonna ask for a refill for my friend. I'm gonna ask the bartender if I can get him a refill.
A bartender will pour another one and give it to you.
Beautiful.
As you walk back to give him the drink, he kind of snorts away. He goes, no, another one. He's still like kind of asleep, and he doesn't even realize that this wasn't the drink he had before, and he starts drinking it.
Beautiful.
He kind of looks at you more closely now. He goes, I ain't seen you before.
Correct. You haven't.
What's your business here?
I'm gonna sit down, like I'm gonna pull out a chair real slow. I'm gonna sit in the seat across from him, and then I'm gonna slide the little Bible on over to him. I'm gonna say, "Have you heard about the three? Have you heard about?" I couldn't. Once y'all laughed, I couldn't. I'm gonna.
He's gonna look down at this Bible. He's gonna look back at you and go, "Do you think I'm stupid or something?"
What do you mean? I'm just trying to spread the good word.
What do you mean? This whole town worships the triad. Why do you think I don't know who they are?
That's incredible. I've never been here before. I'm so glad to know.
Are you calling me stupid?
No.
I don't take kindly to people who call me stupid.
No, me?
No means no. I didn't call you stupid. Chris is like, what the fuck?
Sorry, my cat just ran across the room and then ran away again.
It's the post-poop zoomies.
Kind of dart over with his deck of cards.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
I'm throwing them back because I'm a big old dragon.
Well, however many you decide to drink, Dazzle, just subtract 2 copper pieces for each.
Yeah, I was going to. By the end, I was going to tell you how many I had.
Okay, you can say, can't a man just drink in peace?
And I just walk over and say, "Pick a card."
He's gonna look at you and goes, are you an orc?
Only half.
I just gotta. If I had more charisma, I could do so many good things with that statement.
Only where it counts.
Exactly.
Hey, no, Chris, I actually said that. That is me role-playing. Demaya has said only half in like a slight... No, it's in a slightly sultry voice, like only half.
Lightly salty voice.
So you say only where it counts, Demaya?
No, slightly sultry voice said only half, because he said, are you an orc?
At least I he goes, you're the weirdest looking orc I've ever seen.
Oh, okay. Pick a card.
he like does it at first, and then he like you just continue to maintain eye contact.
At this
So
point, I'm
he, like,
I'm standing up and like I'm all as fuck and like heavy set.
I've got like a shit-eating grin on my face.
he picks a card, I guess.
Okay.
I
have him. I was gonna say I'm just gonna do a basic trick, so it's kind of like the bullshit of he puts it back in the deck and I shuffle it around a little bit and suddenly it's on top.
Well, what was my card?
I flip over the top card and
Okay, we just looked at. Yeah, roll to see if you did the trick right.
just roll a d20.
What's a sleight of hand, right?
Yeah, I'll decide it. Yeah. 22.
Hey.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Nice.
This
So-
your card.
I mean, extra good trick.
No, he'll look right at you. He's gonna say, "I'll be honest. I don't remember which one I picked, but it seems like it might have been that one."
I kind of like nod my head at him and just walk back to the bar.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Another
he-
great heist.
Heist? You steal something from him?
He's kind of
So you go back to the bar. You go back to the bar, and the bartender's gonna say, "Oh, don't pay him no mind. He's been here every day since he lost his job."
I
Or
want
lost his
to
business.
ask the bartender more about this ogre.
Well, it happened about, well, I guess a couple months ago, just to the north, about 30 minutes out. This ogre showed up, and he's been eating everybody that tries to come down through Saradouche.
What's the challenge rating?
What? Why do you mean telling? What?
Fourth wall.
So then,
What does that mean?
well, we're about to go through Sarah Douche.
Well, good luck. I'll pray
There
for
right
you.
now.
He says, "I'll pray for you." Demaya like chimes in from across the tavern. Is like, "I'll pray for you too."
And with you.
Are you guys like some sort of adventurers or something?
Something like that.
I pull up my adventuring kit. No, I do have one.
I guess he takes notice of the fact that you guys have weapons. He goes, "Do you guys like kill monsters or something? Because if you like kill monsters, I'm sure if you went and talked to the count, he'd probably give you a pretty penny if you killed that ogre for him."
Oh yeah, where's he at?
Well, he stays in the Central Keep. Well, that's where his office is.
If we kill the ogre, will he promise to say it's all over now?
Oh my.
Right.
Would you say that in character, or are you talking to?
No, that embarrassing is probably just kind of like.
He's like chuckling to himself, like ogre no.
Yeah, I'm laughing to myself, exactly. Yeah, Bearsick's laughing to himself.
Okay, yeah. So he does say like, well, he stays in the Central Cape.
All right. Well, I say we go check him out.
So let's go kill the ogre.
No, let's go get money to go kill the ogre.
Yeah, wait, hold on. I don't want to do it for free.
So do you guys want to go to the Central Keep?
Uh-huh.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go there, you can kind of go in and there's like a young lady inside. You guys kind of ask around, like, where's the count? Or I guess, what do you guys say?
We heard you have an ogre problem.
That's the ogre infestation around these parts.
I'm here to see if we have about an ogre.
I'll take you. They can't run away. She takes you right to his office and says, these case here, folks are hear about the ogre. I figured you want to listen to what they had to say. No. He goes,
Oh, I thought you said odor. Ogre?
all right, so the council say, "Are you guys here to kill my ogre?
Sure are.
Or kill that ogre?" We've been in such hard times because this dang ogre. If you guys were to kill it, I'd pay you handsomely for it.
Define handsomely.
The guy at the tavern said a pretty penny, so we want our payment to be pretty, not handsome.
Sure.
Ignore our village idiot. How much are you willing to pay?
There are 6 total of us, just so you know. It'll take all 6 of us.
Hulk's not with you.
Oh, okay, there's 5 of us.
Maybe he is with you, but we're playing as if he's not there. Oh, he is there.
Well, maybe he deserves some coins when he gets back.
Hell
No,
no.
we could play with today.
Okay. Anyway, there's 5 of us, and it's gonna take all 5 of us. And you have to pay each of us individually before we even think about it.
Well, hold on.
Yeah, and he's like, well, I'm not going to give you money and then have you just run off, because what if that ogre kills you? No. You bring me that ogre's head, and I'll pay you 150 gold pieces. You can split it up however you like.
All right, easy money.
150.
That's what I can spare. Yeah. Or 6 if you want to give Halt a cut. It's up to you.
Oh no.
Well, we no.
Just bring me his head.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Do it. We're already going that way. We might as well murder an ogre.
And then backtrack.
Yeah. We'll be efficient about it. We'll go through
It's
the
actually
desert.
a horrible way. And have to backtrack too. Yeah, I guess.
We'll do it efficiently.
We'll be back.
Okay, so you guys accept?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, are you guys going to go straight there?
Might as well. We've been trying to pick it around town. We had a few beers. We're feeling like killing an ogre.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, by the way,
How many beers or alcohol do you have?
while I was sitting there, I had 10.
Holy shit.
You had 10. Gabe, you had 2, and Andrew.
I had one because I was just trying to do a magic trick.
Dazzle's about to be
Lexi
worthless.
had any?
No, she wasn't drinking. She was
Is she still
She
there?
was already there. She is somewhere in this house. I know she's doing.
I don't want to start combat without Lexi, so
We could stop here. It's almost
Okay.
10.
yeah.
That's true. I'm the younger.
If she could come back real quick, we could do this encounter, or we can just wait till next time.
I'm cool
Yeah,
either
Just so
way.
you know, Dazzle is feeling it.
Yeah, Dazzle is clearly
Oh, no.
feeling it.
At the beginning of next session, you're gonna have to roll a Constitution check to see if you're not drunk.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she just said she is drunk.
She has confirmed it.
Well, I would still make her roll a Constitution check to see if she can handle the spirits.
Well, I don't know do one now.
Cause I don't want to forget.
Because that's not as fun.
I'll write a note.
I mean, it would be in the chat.
As if you want to label it Dazzle's drunk check.
Well, that's what I was going to do. Is it just a 1d20?
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, yeah, you just told me that.
Thanks for checking my
Plus
foot.
1d20 plus 3?
What's your? Sure. Is it plus 3?
Yes.
What's your ogre modifier?
What were her damn rolls, bro? I feel like she's got crazy modifiers.
No, I saw her stats the other day, Adri. Her stats are fucking nutty.
I got
She has
nerfed.
A 17, a 10, a 17, a 12, an 18, and a 17.
What the fuck? I got
what the-
nerfed.
Which is still not as good as the first time Gabe rolled.
What's this game? Well, I mean, to be fair, if you believe the screenshots I sent you.
I was nerfed.
I was nervous.
No, Gabe was the one nerfed. Adrian, you rolled so bad the first time I made you roll again.
Oh, that's right. I was
And then
buffed.
you still rolled bad, but like you rolled better.
Yeah, I was buffed,
She was
but
buffed.
no, I was nerfed our first campaign.
Yeah, the first campaign. This one, I had to you had to re-roll because I think you had like 3 negative modifiers.
Yeah, that happens.
It was like that bad. And then Gabe was over here with like a 19, an 18, an 18 again. He had like +2s and +3s and +4 on one, I think. It was crazy.
I really just used the standard. I've used the standard thing.
Oh, you did? I told you to roll.
Standard,
And
right?
I rolled and got exactly the standard thing. It's crazy how that works.
Andrew, Ruth.
You got it.
Did that.
Got it in one.
He guessed generic white boy middle name and he guessed Ruth and he got it. Impressive.
Just said Marie. That's generic white boy middle name. Generic white girl middle name. Every girl I knew in high school middle name either Marie or Elizabeth.
You have one guess.
Okay.
White boy's middle
Read
name.
master. I am a basic white bitch.
Yeah, it's just a common name. It doesn't mean anything.
Just
Did I tell you about the time that I went to school with this girl, and her name's Megan, and she always spelled it Meagan, and then she was like 17 in high school, and she needed her birth certificate for something, and found out that she had been spelling her name wrong her entire life. Because her birth certificate was Meagen or something stupid, or maybe it was Meagan.
Why would your parents do that to her?
I don't know. It was funny though, because to find out that she was already kind of ditzy, and then to find out that she had been spelling her name wrong. Good one. What?
the couple's
Yeah,
having
that's
dog
understood.
problems.
What's having problems?
Looked like Piper was dealing with the dog.
Yeah, no, Anna was asking me if I can watch Greta for a little bit, and I told her, as soon as I'm done with this, yes.
Can you watch my cat too? I'm just gonna put the monitor on it.
All those like Facebook lives. Hey, watch my kids while I go take a smoke.
Yeah.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Yikes.
I've not seen that.
Adrian has some very interesting friends on Facebook.
No, I just have lots
Sorry
of
we didn't
different
get
accounts.
to, sorry we didn't get to combat today. I thought we'd make it there.
Honestly, it's totally okay because this was a blast.
We got some good character interactions.
We're getting better. We're all getting better at this.
Now that we've had 3 sessions, I guess, and have Lexi do this too.
Okay.
Let me know if there's anything that you liked, like particularly well. If there's things that you didn't particularly like if there's certain aspects that we've been playing and you're just like, oh, I don't really like when we do this or that, or let me know if
your comment card.
Yeah, basically send me a message. Tell me if there's things that you like that we're doing and you want to do more of, whether that's specific kind of role playing or if it's just combat or if it's whatever, And then if there's anything that you're like, oh, I honestly find this boring, I don't like when we have to do this, or if there's something we haven't done yet and you're like, hey, I thought we'd get to do this and I'm hoping that you can incorporate it somehow. Let me know. That way I can make this experience better for everyone because I want everybody to be having fun. I understand, with the understanding that, of course, there's going to be times where, your character is going to be not quite the center of attention and you just have to wait. But when there's 6 of us, even with 5, it's, hard to get to everybody. So
That's when you talk in the group chat.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a job of specifically addressing each character. That way I can make sure that everybody's getting to do what they want to do. I'm sorry if I feel like I keep asking okay, is there anything else you want to do? Or if there's nothing you want to do, okay, we'll move on. I just want to make sure that everybody knows that they have the opportunity to do something if they want.
You're doing great, Chris.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Yeah, it's not necessarily me being like, oh, there's something you should do. You know what I mean? Like sometimes the DM will be like, are you sure you don't want to?
Yeah, every now and again I get nervous.
It's just me making sure that you guys know that you have the ability to interact with stuff here. You can if you want to, but don't feel like you need to.
I feel like that. As
Right,
a
and if I
newer
ever-
person,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I kind of like that because as a newer person, I like to know what my options are, and I don't necessarily like always know that yet.
Right.
It's like
and
you're
if
giving
I-
me
if-
options.
Yeah, if there's something that I'm doing, and like if I'm doing some exposition and I'm talking about your character and it's doesn't make sense for you, so like if I say, oh, like yeah, well you go here and you do this, like if I do something like that and you're like, oh, my character would really do that, tell me that, because then I'll say, okay, well then what would your character do, or like we'll change it to something else, because I don't want you to think that I'm not trying to like railroad you to do a specific thing either. So just let me know. Communication is gonna be key in making sure that everybody is having fun. But yeah,
Communication is key in any relationship.
even virtual, especially virtual. Gabe's just giving us thumbs up.
Oh, look at all that
But-
enthusiastic yeses from
Yeah.
Gabe. Thanks, Gabe.
But I really would appreciate if you guys gave me some feedback, even if it's just like a short couple sentences. Just let me know how you're feeling, what you want more of. You know what I mean? What you don't like, just so that I can think about that as I'm writing the story.
I want more old-timey character voices. I'll just put that out there.
All the voices
Yeah,
that
and-
Chris
and
does.
be patient with me as I'm trying to learn to improv some more. I have felt like in the past I've done so much where I've written like so much out that anytime somebody like goes out of the box, I like don't know what to do.
Hey,
I'm like, oh crap, I'm like, I didn't think about that. So I'm trying to be more like, okay, just roll with the punches, and if they want to go do something, just come up with something. So
You're doing
I'm
good.
trying to be better. Just
I'd say it was really good.
trying.
Yeah,
I'm trying to be more general. That way I feel like I have more freedom to be like, oh, well, if I'm not trying to like get them to do specific things, if I don't have something planned out, then just come up with something. Improv is hard, guys.
True story.
But yeah, I'm gonna try to do more different voices. I had noticed in the first 2 sessions, all I did was British accents.
Oh, I love the country act.
Well, it makes sense.
I like-
Okay, they all live in the city. They probably have the same dialect, right?
No, I like the Claudette accent.
I was trying to go for, I think, Irish.
Yeah. You got it. I got what you're going for.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
I liked it.
I feel like it's strong when I first do the accent, and then it like dies off a little. Because I like start saying words that I'm like, how did they even say that in that accent? I'll try to do more accents. I realized the other day that I can actually do quite a few accents. Just
Okay.
none of them
It's
well.
time for getting ready for bed.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Go take care of the dog.
Alright, you gotta go to bed. Gotta be up early.
Add me on
Bye,
Twitter.
I'll see y'all later.
Tell Lexi I said bye.
Okay, I will.
And that's it for tonight. Sweet.